Robust federalism is not just a requisite for effective governance, but it also serves as the basis for social, cultural, and most importantly, economic growth of a country. In these times, with the world a global village, it becomes imperative for the two Indian pillars, the union government and the state governments, to synergize their economic endeavours to achieve optimal results. Let's see how the collaborations have fared thus far and what we can expect in future.
Uttar Pradesh recently sent several delegations around the world to business conferences and bilateral meetings with their counterparts to promote the state, which is fast emerging as an economic powerhouse within the country. Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state, has set a target of becoming a $1 trillion economy by 2027 and is working overtime to secure foreign direct investment worth $1 trillion USD during the Global Investors Summit, which it is set to host in January of next year. Once among the least developed states in the country, the state has made significant progress and aspires to be at the top of the state GDP charts in years to come. Uttar Pradesh is currently the third biggest state economy in India. However, the state's corresponding per capita GDP figures do not enjoy the same reputation. The government, however, says that its policies have by and large emulated the central government's framework of providing top-notch infrastructure, addressing procedural delays, and establishing a single-window grievance redressal system. Observers have also acknowledged and praised Uttar Pradesh's economic model and have stated that it is a good work in progress.
You will see almost 40 plus government schemes, central government scheme. Uttar Pradesh is number one. Be it the distribution of gas, be it electricity, be it toilets, be it Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. In many of, almost 40 of them, Uttar Pradesh is number one because the coupling is very strong.
Uttar Pradesh is not the only state that is headed for a bright future. From Gujarat and Maharashtra in the west, to Tamil Nadu in the south, to Odisha and Assam in eastern and northeastern India, states across the country, irrespective of their government's political hue, are showing positive economic trends. States across India have set their eyes on becoming trillion-dollar economies. Observers say interstate economic competition will only benefit India on the whole.
Someone like BJD, which also fights fiercely against BJP in their state, whenever they want investment for their state, whenever there is any problem in the state, they work very closely with central government, even though they're from a different party. So there are various examples, but by and large, federal structure of India is working beautifully well.
It would not be incorrect to credit the federal foundation of the Indian state for promising growth across the board. Interestingly, this economic growth also comes at a time when it appears that many political parties' focus remains on mudslinging their opponents. However, the Indian system is inherently structured so that state and central governments can work together to achieve the most for Indian citizens.
There have been problems, tensions between center and states. But even then, despite tensions and challenges, federal system has served the interest of India.
Udaipur, under Congress rule, being the host of the very first event under India's G20 presidency, is clear evidence that political biases or leanings do not hamper the country's collective approach of prioritizing people over politics. In India, the federal system is a symbiotic arrangement. The central government's role doesn't end with the collection of taxes from the states. It is bound to the states and provides all forms of assistance to the states in times of need. Intergovernmental institutions like the Interstate Council, Niti Aayog, and the GST Council have been successfully resolving the differences and other issues between the governments. Today, India stands on the verge of an economic revolution. The world is looking to India, and India is hoping to receive enthusiastic participation from all individual states. For example, Morgan Stanley's report on India's impending economic boom projected India's GDP to rise in manufacturing alone from 15.6% to 21% by 2031. How will this be achieved? Well, only with collaborated state-center efforts. The Union government's multi-layered efforts, including the Production-Linked Incentive Scheme and corporate tax cuts aimed at improving the business environment, have further been strengthened by states' swift implementations. All predictions and projections indicate a massive economic boom for India in this decade, and a strong state-center partnership can take the already shining brand India to greater heights than previously imagined.